It's all about perfection. It's all about perfection. Okay, we're starting another stream. Thanks to those of you who are joining. We got horn honking, and we got a condenser out here that's running that comes off and on every once in a while. We don't know when. And so, I guess when we left last, we had somebody um, who joined in, who invaded our privacy, um, and started posting accusations or posting all kinds of things that are just crazy and weird. Um, I guess the backstory is there is a guy named Ryan who donated to my cause, to my Ed's Heart cause, and said, "God bless you, Ed," and all that. And then I said, "Great, there's somebody donated." It was my first person to donate, and I really thought highly of that person. And then during one of these live feeds or live streams, someone said, "Did you hear about Ryan?" And apparently he killed two people, then killed himself. That's what I get so far. That's what he's been telling me. And that same person, I believe, starts giving ugly accusations about me. And I'm trying to find out who that person is. Like, if you recognize them, or if you can go on their YouTube channel and report them, that'd be greatly appreciated, because sometimes when I notice my chats, I can't find the previous chats. When I stop the video, I can't go through the chats and find out who's doing that, because apparently they think that I had something to do with committing that crime, and don't know what that is all about. I mean, all I know about this person, Ryan, there's a photo of him. It's like a profile photo, and it says, "God bless your heart, Ed," or "Bless your heart, Ed." And next to it, there's his $3 donation, and he's the first person to donate to Ed. And then I hear all this stuff. It's like, did you hear about Ryan? He killed two people, and then he killed himself. So then a bunch of these strange accusations start popping up. And so yes, I want to get to the bottom of this and just stop that, because it's very rude and very illegal, and very wrong, because I just like to have these live feeds, because then I get to talk to people who are watching my short videos, and also my cartoons, things like that, my claymation that I've done. And hopefully I can get motivated enough to get back into that. I've done some claymation. You can look through my videos, and I've done some claymation, and I've also done some cartoons. I have a cartoon that I have under construction, or under work. I have to get back to the cafe, because they let me sit there with my cartoon board. It's a board that lights up so that you can put papers on top of each other and draw the next frame. And I was doing that for a while, just showing up to the cafe and plugging in my light board and drawing each frame. And so I'm in the process of that. There's been a lot going on, just regular adult stuff. I've been adulting a lot. I did adult today because my mom is in the hospital, and so I'm running her errands for her. I'm getting her rent paid, getting whatever, all her details, getting that all covered. I got all that done, so now I can finally sit and rest and look at my gray hair in the camera. And one thing I've noticed about people who dye their hair, they have gray hair and they dye it, you can tell right away that they dyed it. So, and also like facelifts, and you can tell right away that they had a tuck or a nip, So I figured just age gracefully, just because you're gonna just, I was talking to a nurse yesterday when I was visiting my mother in the hospital. My brother and I were in her room, and we were visiting with her, and a nurse came in to take her vitals and hook her up with the antibiotics and all that. And and I said to her, you know what, life is a terminal illness. You know, uh, you're just waiting for the time you're going to die. You know, they talk about terminal illnesses. You know, like cancer or I guess Huntington's disease, all these other conditions that a person can have. And you know what? We're all we're all terminally ill. We're all gonna die one day, somehow, some way. And so if we just consider that, you know, all that petty stuff, all that stuff that we struggle and argue, fuss and fight, you know, about, um, like the Bible says, don't let the sun go down on your wrath. You know, before you even come and leave an offering onto the altar, settle everything with everyone. Because I learned about the Navajo. There's this chieftain or medicine man. He uh, Nabeho, I think is how they originally said their tribe name, Nabeho, and they were. Um, he was talking about they don't have they don't have I'm sorry in their vocabulary. They It's more like, hey, you've got to forgive me. It's almost like it's something you must do is forgive. You know. And what's interesting in the Bible, it says. If you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. So it's like it's much easier just to forgive people for what they've done to you, said to you, whatever. Because like Buddha says, you know, you gotta you're holding on to a hot coal. You're just holding on, and it's only burning you. It's like picking up a hot coal to throw at somebody, you know. Or somebody else said it's like drinking poison and waiting for somebody else to die. If somebody offends you, does something wrong to you or whatever, if it didn't cost you an arm, literally, if it didn't cost you an eye, literally, if it didn't cost you, um, you know, your ability to walk, just just let go of it, you know. And when someone says they're sorry, let go of it. Some people, it's harder to do that, you know. They get emotionally involved in the offense. You know, and it's like, okay, do you throw the baby out with the bathwater? Do you, and that's an analogy, you know, it's like you're throwing the baby out with the bathwater because you don't forgive this person. This person, you know, said something to you, hit you with something, whatever, called you stupid, you know, treated you like you were stupid. And you have the choice. You can stop interacting with that person, or you can forgive that person and look forward to the next time you meet him or her, you know. And then some people you want to avoid them altogether, you know. So you get all these choices, you know. Um, Whoever said life's too short, I beg to differ, you know, because I feel like I've lived a few lifetimes. Sorry, I'm getting interrupted here. I'm using my phone to shoot this video, and I guess I want 27 views is the most I've gotten for a live stream, or a live feed, you know, live stream. When I do a live stream, I usually, the highest views I get, the highest amount of views I get is like 27 views, and hopefully it'll go up, you know, because I'd like to. Oh, and I like to tell you about, again, I keep talking about my new website. It is kingdomofpets.com. Kingdomofpets.com. The link is in the description. As I always say, the link is in the description. Just click on it. It will take you right to the website. It's all about caring for pets, training pets, learning how to overcome behavioral issues. Sometimes your cat, dog, whatever has, maybe even a bird, whatever pet you have, I guess, can you can overcome the behavioral issues with just a bit of knowledge and patience. Um, so that's what I wanted to talk about a little bit. You know, Kingdom of Pets. That's the link is in the description. And I'm just sitting here. It's October the 3rd. You know what I've noticed is if you go to your calendar type in your calendar, if it's on your phone or if it's on your wall, type in or write down miracle, or write down lucky, you know, because there's something about calling a day your lucky day that brings on luck, or miracles, you know. Some things happen miraculously, you know, and if you acknowledge miracles when they happen, you start to notice them. You start to notice miracles as they happen, when they happen, or the fact that my mother, when she fell, and then she went to the emergency room to get x-rayed, and when she did that, they found some infection in her foot that needed to be addressed. You know, so it's like, yeah, if she hadn't have fell that day and then went to the emergency room to get x-rayed, they wouldn't have found out that she had an infection in her foot, because she's been struggling with a foot thing. You know, she stepped on a tack when she was cleaning up her room, and the tack caused a fester, you know, and then after that, they kept her for a while. They sewed up. They had to go in and do some surgery. Now they're doing more surgery. Anyways, I'm probably violating HEPA. I didn't give her name. I haven't told. So yeah, I guess she's protected. I haven't said my mommy's name. So she texted me this morning saying, 20 minutes, I'm going in for surgery. I guess, yeah, the surgery went into the bone. So now they're going into her bone, I guess, to get out the surgery, to get out the infection. And I'm really hoping that she's still able to walk on that foot, because she has trouble getting around already. I've been saying, hey mom, you know, let me come with you when you go to get gas, because that's scary. You know, she went to the doctor. No, she went to the dentist one day. Went to the dentist and to get her dentures situated, to get her dentures worked on. Then she said she was feeling very weak, and so she pulled over at McDonald's and went in, because she didn't feel like she could drive. She sat there for a while, and then she said some patrons of McDonald's helped her into her car, and then it was very disturbing to watch her pull into her parking space, and she was about to pass out. She's 74 years old, and she was looking like she was just going to pass out. And so we checked her blood sugar, and it was pretty high. She thought it was low, so it's like we're trying to get on to her about checking her blood sugar. Especially when you're elderly, it's like diabetes can take you out. I guess it's a lot of personal information. I got to talk to somebody, so I might as well talk to a video camera on my phone, because I don't find many people to talk to lately. My aunt, I call her, we confide in each other, we joke and laugh and talk about things that are going on. She's the one that I can really talk with. And my mother, I think her attention span, her patience is starting to wane. So, welcome. I see a 1 there. Like I say in my shorts, if you miss me, you can always go back to the archive. And hopefully you have nice things to say, because the last feed I had an intruder come on and start putting all kinds of nasty accusations and things. So that was troubling. And so we're trying to get past that. The next one will probably be, right now it's the 3rd of October. I look at Halloween, the whole month of October is Halloween. You don't wait until the 31st to celebrate Halloween. So maybe I'll be eating candy or putting on a mask or something for Halloween's sake. All Hallows Eve, or Samhain, whatever they call it. You know, we have Stingy Jack. Tricked the devil into climbing a tree and then carving a cross on it so he couldn't come down. That's a story I heard about the Jack-o'-lantern. So whenever you see a Jack-o'-lantern, it's about Stingy Jack. And so he couldn't be let into hell because he was such a shyster, troublemaker. So there we go. There you have it. A little history lesson about Stidgy Jack. I think it's an Irish story. I'll have to look it up again. So this makes it to where I can see far and I can see near. I can see far and I can see near. Usually people have the bifocals, and I guess I declined the bifocals. And sometimes I need a focal. I need a focal on something out there, or focal on something real close. Oh, today I wore my Michael the Archangel ring. It's my cool, I think I've already shown this in another, if I can remember where the camera is. There we go. There's the camera. The camera's to my right. The camera's to my right, and I keep referring to the gangs of New York. Michael the Archangel kicked the devil out of heaven. Anyways, you probably saw it. And I carry it with me because it protects me from evil. Sometimes you want to be protected from evil, or that which is evil, that which is less favorable. My luck changes. Because evil has been avoided. It's been thwarted. So yes, this is my latest installment promoting Kingdom of Pets. That's how I hope to make my money. I've tried many other times to put up websites, and the websites, I think pets, a lot of people have pets. I guess the pet industry, the pet food industry, the pet care industry is very lucrative. So I figured, why not tap into that niche, tap into the niche of pet care, pet trading, overcoming pet behavioral issues, and what I like to do is, hey, I want to leave open some of, what are those, the shorts that I make, leave them open for jokes, and then what I can do is, if you share a joke with me, I can share it with you, with my audience. I can share it, so like, I'll say, leave your jokes in the comments, leave your joke in the comments. Make them one-liners, make them short jokes, and, what do you get when you cross a donkey with an onion? A piece of ass that brings tears to your eyes, or something like that. Or, why don't birds wear underwear? Because there are peckers on their head, And if I like the joke, I can just share it with my audience here on these live streams, or live feeds. I keep saying live stream. I'm live streaming, and I hope you like my nice backdrop here. Certain times of the year, there's foliage. I guess around November, this will all be twigs behind me because they all drop their foliage, all these plants. And so one of these days, there's one of our fellow residents here who has pear trees in his front yard, and he said that anytime I want, I could come and pick a pear. I could pick a pear off of his pear tree. And so that's what I'll probably do. Maybe I'll walk us over there and start my live stream with me walking over to the pear tree and selecting a pear. I keep thinking that Adam and Eve were not kicked out of the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden was kicked out of the Garden of Eden was not. Adam and Eve was not kicked out of the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden was kicked out of Adam and Eve. It's like the Garden of Eden to me is like, okay, you can just walk up to a tree, have a piece of fruit. There's streams and rivers and lakes. You could just drink from the stream, drink from the lake. Maybe not from the lake, drink from the stream. And the indigenous people were saying that before the European settlers came, all of the streams were clear. They were clear. You could see right to the bottom. All the streams, rivers, and I remember seeing that. I think it was Loyalton in California. Loyalton, I think that's where we went. Downeyville, Loyalton, places like that. There were some rivers, and those rivers you can see right to the bottom. You know, it was almost like runoff from someone washing their car, you know, or watering their lawn. It was like that clear runoff. And it was a river, you know, you could just drink right out of the river. And it used to be like that until the European settlers came. And now the rivers seem to be brown. They seem to be like you wouldn't take a swig, you wouldn't take a drink from one of those rivers. Um, so we're 20 minutes into the show. Um, hopefully there'll be people popping in to say hi. Again, there's my archives, you know, or you know how you click on the live page, and then you've got all the live pre-recorded live footage. You can go through that, and it'll be just like sitting with me now. And if you happen to, right now it's almost 4 o'clock, so I don't need it this close. When I'm this close, well, don't break the glasses. I'm putting glasses on a glass table. I need to come out here with a rag. I was mentioning that earlier. Wipe off the table. I'll put that on my to-do list. Wipe off this nice, to give you a view of it, if you really want to see my table, you know. There is our lovely table where I place my glasses. And it's kind of like looking into ice, you know, looking onto an icy river. And so anyways, that's the table on which my tripod sits. So there we go. I hope that was interesting. I'm just sitting out here. I haven't brought any of my toys, any of my noise makers. I just brought my ring with Michael the Archangel on it. And even though it feels like summer out here, it's October 3rd. Feels like, I'm glad I'm sitting in the shade. So, yeah, I guess we'll just, maybe somebody somewhere will see my signal. And, because they do get alerts, people do get alerts when I start a live stream, or when anybody starts a live stream. So I guess that's the whole point of getting the bell icon. It'll give you a, what do you call it? It'll give you an alert. It'll make you alert, or give you an alert that there is, in fact, let me scoot this. I was on my porch, but now I'm out here in the yard. I'm out here leveling my camera. That's something. All right. What are your questions? Do you have any questions? Oh wait, I have to activate this, don't I? I have to activate live chat. All messages are visible. Some messages such as potential spam, okay, none. Okay, here we go, live chat. See if somebody, hopefully nobody will intrude. We'll have to spot the intruder. If there's ever an intruder who says nasty things, we can zero in on them and, as I say, neutralize. Zero in and neutralize that particular threat or that particular person who's typing in horrible things, horrible accusations under the penalty of perjury. If they're violating the penalty of perjury, or they violate it and they fall into the penalty of perjury, I think it's a 4-year sentence. Trying to distinguish if there's a spot on my lens, on my screen, or if there's dirt on my face. Okay, so yeah, it's about 4 o'clock. Tea time in the UK. I don't know what time it is in the UK, but I know here it's almost tea time. Correct me if I'm wrong. It might be tea time in the UK. let me know in Canada if you celebrate tea time, or if you take out some time for tea time in Canada. Because I think a lot of people from Britain, they live in Canada, or have roots in Canada, or in Britain. So, yeah, getting to know you, getting to know all about you, getting to like you, getting to hope you like me. So I'm going to put on my pretty necklace. Got my pretty little necklace today. Today is Tuesday. They say it's a day attributed to the planet Mars. Yeah. So this is a Mars. This evokes the angels of Mars. So, yeah, the angels of Mars. I get to evoke the angels of Mars. There's 4 angel names on this. Anyway, if you got any questions, let me know. I'm just going to sit here, getting kind of a headache. I need to drink something. Maybe I can run in and get... Also, I've been under a little bit of stress. So, a little bit of stress. Trying to figure out who my friends are, who my enemies are, so I can treat them accordingly. It's very hard to know who your friends are and who your enemies are, so you can treat them accordingly, you know. Again, with that whole forgiveness, you know, when somebody's not using your back as a doormat, when somebody's not punching you in the face every day, I guess you can call them a friend. And F-R-I-E-N-D, F-R-I-E-N-D, that's how you spell friend. So it's kind of nice just to sit out here and see the clouds. I think I mentioned that last time. Sit out here and watch the clouds. So usually it takes about half an hour before people start chatting. So comments, I've activated, I guess, the comments. So the comments are ready, so people can leave comments on this particular video. They can also chat with me. I've hit the chat button. Yeah, so I've gone through, this is a live chat. All messages are visible. So there we go. For that, I've already done that part. Do you want to know more? Do you want to know more? Starship Trooper. Starship Trooper was a pretty wacky and fun show. Have you ever watched Highlander, the very first Highlander with Sean Connery? The very first Highlander. The guy who had all the staples or whatever in his neck, I think there were staples or safety pins along his neck. That guy was also in Starship Trooper. He was the one that said, "Do you get me? Do you get me? If you can stop the knife with if you can stop the hand with a knife, he cannot press the button," or something along those lines. He cannot press the button if he has a knife in his hand, or something like that. Oh, memories. So I hope I'm not lonely. I don't want to be lonely. I'm so lonely, so lonely, lonely and sadly alone. I have no one, just me only, sitting on my little throne. I work very hard and make up great friends. Nobody listens, no one understands. I wish the world take me seriously. Yet I'm lonely. I'm really lonely. I wish I could remember that whole song. I'm so lonely, so lonely, lonely and sadly alone. I have no one, just me only, sitting on my little throne. I'm the smartest, most clever, most physically fit. Nobody else seems to realize it. I wish someone could be serious. God, my memory is starting to fade. I want my memory to be as good as it used to be able to remember words to a song. Another Matt and Trey song is You're a Man. If you look up, or, say into your YouTube microphone, You're a Man, then it'll bring up the song. It's the theme song of Orgasmo. And it's pretty funny. Now you're a man, now you're a man, a manny man, man, now you're a man, now you're a man. Trey Parker sings that song. I didn't know that until I watched the video. They were doing a live concert, and Trey Parker was singing, now you're a man. Manny man, man, now you're a man. Manny man, man, you're a man. Now you're a man. Okay. I guess my headache's going away. My headache's going away. How about that? I wonder how long people take you seriously if you talk like this. So I'm sitting here in the dark part of my yard. I know what I can do is light a candle. I always think candles are pretty cool. I think candles are cool. So 31 minutes. We'll see if somebody, there should be some alerts going out saying that I am live. I'm not going to mute microphone. Hell no. Heck no. No muting the microphone. Crush, pop. No, I'm not going to play around with this stupid thing. There, went away. Alright, now I know how to play with all the bells and whistles. I am angry. I am angry. I am angry. And when Dr. Evil gets angry, Mr. Bigglesworth gets upset. And when Mr. Bigglesworth gets upset, people die! I was trying to redo that in one of my shorts. Short movies, it's like, what movie is this from? It's a game I play called What Movie Is This From? And some people get them right away, some people it takes a while. And I try to leave clues and hints as to what movie it comes from. I am angry. And when Dr. Evil gets angry, Mr. Bigglesworth gets upset. And when Mr. Bigglesworth gets upset, people die! People die! That's how he said it. People die! One fun fact, Shrek, the movie Shrek, that movie was meant for Chris Farley. I think you already know that. So, Chris Farley was going to be the Shrek. He was going to be Shrek. They got like 95% of it, I think, of the voices recorded. That'd be cool to hear, if they were to play back all the scenes with Chris Farley as the voice of Shrek, and see how that sounds. Maybe I could maybe make a playlist of, do you have any unseen footage of Chris Farley doing the voice of Shrek? The donkey was Eddie Murphy. When I went to Universal Studios in Hollywood, they had the donkey in this, I guess it was a Carney-style stagecoach or whatever, stage wagon, and the donkey was there, and I could have swore Eddie Murphy was doing the voice of that donkey at Universal Studios. And then Beetlejuice, the guy who did Beetlejuice, or who was playing the part of Beetlejuice, I wonder if sometimes these celebrities play the characters, or I guess they find lookalikes, or pretty close to lookalike. But yeah, this Beetlejuice looked like Michael Keaton playing Beetlejuice, and people walk around with stilts. You know, the Mummy ride was pretty cool. The Mummy ride, and also Despicable Me. That was another ride. I'd like to raise some funds so that I could do like these other YouTubers do. They go to these attraction, you know, these theme parks. They go to theme parks and they just tour the theme park, and that's their gig. You know, that's the thing they do. They eat food at the theme park. They walk around at the theme park. They go through haunted houses. You know, anyways, it'd be kind of fun, I think, if I were to be your host for some of those. You know, I have to go buy maybe a GoPro mounted on my head, so that way I can have hands-free video. And I can get a really nice SD card that has a lot of gigabytes. I think 23 gigabytes or megabytes or something like that. And carry a couple of those, and then just upload all the footage that I capture. Or like go to abroad, you know, go to Greece, go to all these ancient structures and ruins, ancient ruins. Go to all these places and just walk around, you know, like where the Battle of Thermopylae was fought, or the you know, the Temple of Athena, the Temple of Zeus, you know, and just take my GoPro in there and just see imagine what it would have been like back in those days. You know, chariots. You know, chariots went back to Egypt, and then it kind of, I guess, evolved up to Greece and Rome. Chariots were an easy way to transport soldiers. So, you know, you got a soldier that's been fighting for a while and maybe got wounded or just getting tired. They would send in a chariot to pick that person up and send in a fresh soldier. So it's like they're replacing their soldiers with fresh soldiers using chariots. So I thought that was a neat strategy. Another one was, I think in China, they would use drums, because people would tunnel a lot in China. You know, like if you built a wall, or if your enemy wanted to surprise you, they would take a drum and put it on the ground, and you could hear them digging in the drum. You know, so it's like a way of knowing that somebody is trying to dig underneath you or dig under your wall. You know, kind of like the Goonies. You know, those booby traps. The booby traps. The booby traps. So, yeah, I'm kicking the table. So it's a whopping 28 minutes. Sometimes these go for an hour. Hopefully somebody will join. Hopefully my next live stream will not have any drama. There will be things being taken care of. So, to the point where all I need to do is turn on this here phone, and hopefully I'm not sitting too low. I need to trim all this. I've never been bald, you know. I wonder what I would look like. Maybe not. Maybe I shouldn't shave my head. Because I keep seeing these razors that shave your head. You know, you put it on like this, and it's supposed to fit every curve and contour of your cabeza. And I was thinking, you know, when I wake up in the morning, I could just head out the door, you know. Before I get into my car and go somewhere, I could just head out the door, you know. Pretty sure that's why soldiers, you know, have those crew cuts, so they could just head out the door. They don't have to comb their hair. They don't have to blow dry. They don't have to, you know, get a perm. They could just head out the door, you know, start kicking some ass. And also, they say they can't grab your hair. That's why I like my hair short. All you do is go like this, and, you know, put a little grease in my hair. You know, grease is the word. maybe if I take the trimmer and just go like this and like this, I'll look less like the Joker. Okay, that's enough. You know what? Underdog. Look up Underdog. Remember Underdog? I remember Underdog. It was a cartoon called Underdog, and he would say, "Without my super underdog energy pill, I get weaker and weaker and weaker still." And you know what? I was thinking maybe Underdog was a diabetic, because when a diabetic gets weaker, they take their pill. Like my mom, she takes a pill. When her blood sugar is really high, she gets weak. So when she pops that pill, she's better. So yeah, maybe Underdog was a diabetic. It's like he was rubbish without that energy pill. And then once he took his energy pill, he would turn into Underdog. They played that at nauseum when I was growing up. I lived on a Marine Corps base, Kaneohe Air Force Station, and they would play the Underdog on this certain station, and yeah, they would play it at Underdog. Without my super underdog energy pill, I get weaker and weaker and weaker still. It's like, what else do I remember? Fraggle Rock. I remember Fraggle Rock in the 80s. I think they're bringing back Fraggle Rock. Cast your cares away, worry for another day, let the music play down at Fraggle Rock. It was all puppets, all these puppets. There was these certain puppets that would build. They were like little builders. Look up Fraggle Rock. I'm going to have so much homework for you. I'm going to have so much homework. Look up Fraggle Rock and you can watch the little, I forget, dozers I think they were called. These little creatures that had big yellow noses and construction hats, and they would do stuff like that. They would just build all the time. And I guess the Fraggles could eat what they were building, which is kind of cool, like Willy Wonka, My dear lady, we are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of the dreams. I see tiny mosquitoes, malaria-free mosquitoes, and they keep landing on me and biting me in random places, sucking out my very blood. I guess that's what I'm doing right now. I'm sitting here thinking of things to say, talking about things, and who knows, maybe Bigfoot will show up back there. Maybe Bigfoot will... My theory was Bigfoot shaves himself. Bigfoot, and that's how he walks among us. Bigfoot walks, that's how he shows up at a barber shop, and the barber takes out his clippers, shaves off all of his hair, and all we see are tall people. All we see are real tall, big people, ape-like people. And they're Bigfoots, but that's how they walk among us. They get shaved. So they're not Sasquatch anymore. Sasquatch means hairy man. So I think that's how Bigfoot, that's how they're so good at hiding, They just go to a barber and say, take it all off, and the barber has to pay him a little extra because it's a full body shave, and then maybe a wax in some areas, and then Bigfoot just walks among us, but they're really tall, they're really big people, but we don't think anything of it because they're not covered in hair, Maybe that's my theory, because I saw a T-shirt that said, was it Hide and Seek Champion? Some of you might have that, Hide and Seek Champion, and it was a picture of Bigfoot, you know, the silhouette of Bigfoot, and I thought that was funny. Silhouette of Bigfoot, and it says hide and seek champion. If I stop stuttering, so I'm hearing a squirrel. There might be a squirrel pissed off because I noticed cats will get a squirrel to run up the tree because cats will attack squirrels, and those squirrels they go up in the tree, and the cat's just sitting there, and the squirrel is freaking out because it can't get down to eat or do anything. You know, the squirrel's just treed, and the squirrel's just freaking out, just doing that little chirp, 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 chirp. I can't do that, chirp, chirp, but I can do this. I can sound like an owl. It takes some adjusting. I can't do it now. I was sitting on the porch doing it. I was sitting on the porch doing the owl. I'll have to remember how I did it. It was, you put your thumbs together and you blow into it like a conch shell, and it makes an owl noise. You can kind of hear it. I used to do it as a kid all the time. I could try the rest of this video trying to make that owl sound. You can barely hear it. Watch my face change colors. I'll try to make an owl noise. Oh well, I'll call it off. I'll figure out how I did it. I was doing it to annoy people. I'd say, do you hear that? Do you hear that? It was like a voice of an owl. There we go. Okay, I think I proved it. I can prove that I can make an owl noise. We're 48 minutes into the show, and my battery is not heated up. My phone hasn't heated up, so I guess this will be one of the longer. This will be like a marathon, a telethon for Kingdom of Pets. Hopefully I'll make some money that way. You know, that's always been my dream, have a successful online business. People talk about online businesses. They're sometimes not all they're cracked up to be. Pardon the pun. So, wow, this is the longest I've gone with nobody chatting. No one is chatting, but you know what? Sometimes I get a lot more views after I've finished. Got the hiccups. So after I have finished, I will go back to this. Or after I've finished, people will probably come on, because right now no one's come on yet. It's a Tuesday after 4, so maybe people are getting off work, getting off school, doing their homework, or if not homework, they're getting off work. They are having dinner, having a shower. So maybe at 6 o'clock I can start. I can start at 6 o'clock. But at 6 o'clock it's kind of dark out here. So maybe after you get off work, you can go to my live streams. And I'll leave you. I hope you were entertained watching this. I'm sorry there were no chatters. I would like some chatters. So until then, it's 50 minutes, like 5 minutes under an hour. So I'll see you the next time. I'll try not to dress like a hippie next time. I'll wear a different shirt maybe. So, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, dos vidania.